Hi guys, it's your friend Giselle here again and my niece Katie. And we're here today. We are going to do a cooking video. I'm going to show you everything I do on a Sunday. We wake up early and we just want to bring you along as I do my Sunday lunch. Okay, so right about now I'm going to take my vitamins. There you go, Katie. And I hope you do the same. You need to keep healthy, right? So stay tuned as I bring you along.
This is gonna be my video, man.
Welcome as I do my Sunday lunch. And today on the menu we are going to cook some green fig salad, some fried plantain, my absolute favorite, and we are going to do some beef ribs, some stewed beef ribs. And just to start off, I don't know, us Caribbean people, we like to wash our meat. That is something we do thoroughly. We don't want to, you see, if you look here, you see all the grease, is coming up to the surface of the meat. So I like to soak it in some vinegar and some salt. And now I'm going to go in and clean the meat. Okay, we need to make sure that this meat is fresh, clean, and it doesn't really smell of fresh, right? And even to add to that, I like to squeeze some lemon also, some limes in there so that it kills the fresh. And so stay tuned and I will show you. I'm gonna finish washing this meat, cleaning this meat, and I'm going to come back when I am seasoning the meat. Oh, I usually like to squeeze in a lime just to kill some of the, it smells like beef. And I just want to add some lime, as I said before. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how I usually season this meat. Usually us Caribbean women or people like to chop our garlic, our onions and so forth, but today I'm just going to run everything through the food processor just to speed up the process for now. Okay, so I usually like to use a lot of onions. Onions is an absolute must. Lots of garlic, and today I'm putting some pepper. I absolutely miss our seasoning pepper from back home, but I'm using this because it does actually have a strong flavor, so that's why I'm using this. And I also put a piece of ginger in here too. Okay, I am going to run it through the food processor, and I will dump it in the meat. So if it's giving a little problem, you have to shake it around. And there you have it. Fresh seasoning. Okay, so a generous amount on the chicken here. We're not on the chicken, on the beef. And a generous amount here. And I'm going to, before I even mix, I'm gonna go and add some other dry ingredients. I'm not sure what ingredients you guys use, but follow me. Usually this is a seasoning that I usually use. It's like a must have. It is not in the correct bottle, but it's like a chicken seasoning. It's like a vegetable, so it doesn't have any chicken flavor, but it has all the seasoning and the vegetables you like. I usually use this. Another must have for me, we usually use in the Caribbean, is Season Up. It's one of my favorites. So today I'm going to use Season Up and some paprika here, and I'm going to use some curry powder. Some curry powder. This all right here. Is there anything else? lovers, I like to use my Baron pepper. I usually love spice, not too much because not everybody likes spice, but for some reason when I'm stewing meat, I like to put just a tiny bit in there. Also, don't forget your gravy browning and sometimes soy sauce. Okay, so there it goes. So there is no particular, maybe I'd say a teaspoon of it, a teaspoon of each. Not too much salt to begin with, okay? So I'm gonna give a dash of salt. Put some paprika in here. I would say a teaspoon of each, okay? And you season as go. I mean, according to your desired tastes. You could add more, you could add less. But for me, I don't want to add too much in the beginning, and I adjust as I go. Now, I add, like I said, about a teaspoon amount. Alright, so friends, I'm going to be back. I'm going to get this all mixed up and I'll be right back as I show you how I actually begin to stew. Okay, see you soon. Added some gravy browning, and also one of my must-haves is tomato paste. Okay, I prefer to use tomato paste versus ketchup. Okay, so it should look, after all the seasoning, the salted seasoning goes in, you mix it up, okay, and it should look like this because we're stewing. It's brown stew, right? Okay, so it should look something like this. This is actually ready to be stewed. This is a close-up of the seasoning, and I just added some thyme there. We all love thyme, right? Okay, so come on over here. Usually when I stew, there are persons who stew different ways, but for me personally, when I stew meat, I like to heat up the pot and put some oil. Not too much oil, but just a generous amount. I allow that to get hot, and then maybe after 2 minutes it is going to get hot, and then I will proceed to add the beef. When you add the beef, you want it to be hot because it's going to start the stewing process almost immediately. So this is my way. I'm not sure how you do it. You could comment below and tell me how you usually do your stewing, but I like to do it this way. Sometimes I would add in maybe some pimento in there, or also some thyme. But that's how I usually do mine. Depends on what I'm cooking. Sometimes I saute some onions or some of my seasoning first before I add the meat. But for today, I'm just gonna add some oil, and I just added in some thyme, as you can see. And I'm going to wait for this to get hot on the heat, and then I will proceed to add the meat. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think it's hot enough?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, bring it close. I think it's actually ready, because if you could hear or if you could see closely, the thyme in there has begun to simmer a bit. Okay, so stay right here as I come in and I add the meat. when I do this, I usually do not add any water because this meat is going to generate its own liquid. So I usually just simply add the meat in the pot and I allow it to simmer, I allow it to, get all these juices, and I allow it to do its thing by itself without interference of adding any water or anything else. Okay, so this is what I usually do. Okay, so this is ready. I'm going to add my meat now, as I said before. Hear that? Don't be afraid of the pot, okay? Just make sure you're safe. Make sure you keep your distance, but don't be too intimidated by it. If this is taking too long, I'm actually just going to dump safely, that is. Dump it safely in the pot. That's a lot of meat. So whoever would like some dinner, you can stop by and we are going to hook you up. So get all those, the leftover seasoning from the bowl. Get everything in there, okay? And as you can see, come up close. Let's show our people. It's in here and it has begun to simmer. As I said, I am going to stir it just a little bit, not too much. Just everything, that's kind of going. And that's why I suggested heating up your oil before you put it in, because when the oil is heated up, the stirring process begins almost immediately. So this is in the pot. I am going to cover this pot and I am going to come back maybe in 5 minutes to show you what it looks like, okay? And I have here for our green fig salad some saltfish just simmering away. I'm going to change this water as we usually do because the cod fish is pretty salty, and so to kind of reduce some of that salt, obviously you are going to have to change your water and allow it to boil again so that the salt is extracted from the fish. Okay, so stay tuned. We will be right back as we continue this Sunday lunch. Okay, Katie. Okay, guys. Okay, so this is after 5 minutes. And as you can pot, because the pot I had initially was a little too small, but this is after 5 minutes. I have added no water. It is, as I said before, just what I put in initially, the seasoning, the oil, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so it actually has made some of its liquid, and I'm going to still allow it to simmer down just a little bit as it continues to stew. But this is what your pot should be looking like right about now. Have it on like a high heat. Usually when I'm stewing, I like to use in the beginning, put it on a high heat, and as continues to stew, then I'll bring down the heat maybe up until medium 6, and I will allow it to do what it has to do. But for now, this is what it is. I am going to add in just a little water, not too much, because as you can see, it actually does still have quite a bit of water. So I am going to add in some water right about now. Just a tiny bit of water. I'm going to add it, and I'm going to allow it to continue to do what it has to do, okay? And we are going to be right back with the meat. Okay, so this is the green fig. I have peeled it, I have washed it. Some persons choose not to peel it, but personally I like to peel the green figs. So this is what it looks like. I know you all know what it is. We're Caribbean people, but for those persons who may be viewing that is not from the Caribbean islands, I know persons from Africa would know this, but just for persons who are not quite familiar with it, this is actually the green banana. We usually have ripe banana, but this is the green banana, and we do lots of different dishes with it. And so today I am going to do green fig salad. just stick with me, and then we are going to see the process of how I get this done. But now I'm going to get it, I'm going to put it on the stove to boil and cook until it gets tender, soft, and I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to come back and show you what we usually do. I usually put some water to cover up the green figs and then allow it to boil. Okay, see you soon. Okay, friends and family, I'm back again, and you should know though that beef is a little bit tough, and so it's going to take some time before it actually gets soft. So right about now it's almost there. It's almost there. So now I'm going to add in, this is not something that is necessary, but because of what I am cooking, I am just going to add in some chopped up carrots and also just some extra peppers for some extra flavor. I don't want this to, I'm adding this towards the end so it doesn't really cook soft, but it still has a bit of body to it, a little crunch to it. But I'm going to add this in. I'm going to also add in a little bit more water just to because I intend when this is done, this meat should be tender enough and it should be ready, and I'll be back to show you what it's going to look like. But right now it looks pretty good. I haven't cooked beef ribs in a long time. It actually reminds me of lamb neck from back home. You know how the lamb neck, it's the neck part and how we stew it down. That's what it reminds me of. So this is what I'm doing today. Of course, I'm showing people what this is, and this is it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now I'm going to cover this up, and I'm going to move over to the green fig salad. So I have some oil heated, and I'm going to saute some onions and peppers. Okay, so I am going to saute some onions. Some people don't do that, but like I said, we all don't do things the same. When I do my green fig salad, I like to saute the saltfish. So here is the shredded corn I have washed, I have deboned, and I'm going to now add it to the pot. And I'm also going to add some mixed vegetables. I did not allow it to cook too soft. It still has a bit of, still a little bit hard, tender to the touch. And I'm also going to add this into the saltfish. So everything is going to be salted together, and so all the flavors are going to be incorporated at the same time. I usually don't put too much, I don't add too much seasoning to this either. But since I've already washed the saltfish, so sometimes it needs a little bit more. You need to add a little bit more, put some little flavor back in there, just to make it some good taste. Let's bring up the heat a bit because we really want it. I don't want to keep it on the heat for too long, but I'm going to go back in. I'm going to add just a little bit of seasoning, and I'm going to do some black pepper also. I'm going to add this. This is as a combination of black pepper. So I'm going to add just a little of that, not too much. this is done, then I come in and I add it to my green pig salad. Okay, so I'll be right back to show you what I do after this is done. Okay, so friends, right now the meat is cooked fully, and the last secret ingredient, it's not a secret ingredient, but normally when I stew meat I like to do this at the final. When the meat is cooked, I like to add in some grated garlic. That grated garlic really helps to elevate the flavors of the meat. So I'm going to do that, not a lot, just a little, maybe 1 clove of garlic. Just grate it and just add it in there. And just go around to get it all in there. And the meat is now perfectly tender. Let's see if we get a close-up here. The meat is super soft. So I know this is a meat that's going to be enjoyed, and I'm going to show you everything plated afterwards. But thank you. This is the final product. You know what I'll do differently the next time? I'll add just a little less food coloring, because I know it's brown stew, but this stew they're like a black stew. But it's yummy. Okay, so friends, here is the green fig. It has been cooked and chopped up, and also here is the codfish, which is what we call saltfish. It has been sauteed with a bit of onions, peppers, garlic, and the mixed vegetables. And usually I usually put some chopped up bell peppers, but I don't have that today. I love parsley in this also, but I do not have it today. I do recommend you putting it in your fig salad when you're making it, but just for today I don't have it. I'm only going to use what I do have. So because I do not have the scallions and everything that I need, I am going to substitute the scallions with a bit of grated onions, just to give it that extra oniony flavor. And I'm going to add everything in here. Okay, this is the good stuff. So all you do is you mix this in. Make sure you have a generous amount of saltfish. That's really what helps to flavor this green fig salad. And I've added, even before, I've added some black pepper to give it a little bit more flavor. Likewise, I'm going to come in and just add everything, because you really want to be generous. So usually I saute mine because I want to season it up and give it some flavor. So when it's mixed in the green figs, some people actually don't eat it just this way, with just the saltfish and the green figs mixed up. But for me, I actually like to put in some mayo. So after you mix this, you add some mayo and just adjust your flavors as desired. If you want to add some more black pepper, some more whatever you like, just to give it your desired taste. And basically this is it. So I am going to come back and show you when it's all mixed up with the mayo, and when everything is dished out on the table and we are ready to have our, I know it's late afternoon already, it's about 2, but it's still good. We've had a late breakfast, so we're gonna come back and show you the whole 9 yards after everything is incorporated nicely. And I hope you enjoy. Hello friends and family. Okay, so now is just I did not go too elaborate because we're super hungry. So this is what I actually cooked. So today, this is our Sunday lunch. Just a bit of white rice, and this is the green fig salad that I spoke about. It's already mixed with the mayo, and just some fried plantains and the stewed beef ribs. And we never forget our vegetables. If not a lot, but it has to be in there, okay? So this is our Sunday lunch, and I'm going to be right back as I plate Kitty's food and mine, and we are going to feel free to join us as we enjoy our meal, right? And we thank God. Okay. Okay, so this afternoon I have Kitty has taken my food, and I know she's grateful. We're gonna have lunch right now. I wish my mom was there for sure to have lunch with us, but hopefully she'll be here soon by God's grace. But Kitty's now going to bless our Sunday lunch. I know the meat looks a little really dark. My hand missed on the food coloring, but nevertheless we are grateful. Okay, so Kitty's gonna bless our lunch, and we're gonna venture to eat. Okay. Guys, we're back again. Kitty left the kitchen table and she's now on the floor. We're looking at television and she's enjoying. Can you tell our friends how you enjoy? Well, clearly, I'm gonna give you a close-up. Look what this girl has done to her plate. So, Kitty, how was lunch?
It's good.
Be honest. Yeah, she loves food, and it's my pleasure to give it to her. I'm trying to keep her, slim, but we gotta eat, right? Yeah, so we are grateful. Mine's, I don't even know if I could get through it because it was a bit much for me. Clearly